Evening everybody, we're here on June the 30th. We've actually just stopped combining because the moisture's too low, believe it or not. So we started at 3 o'clock this afternoon and the moisture is now 9%. So we've worked out that we've just cut 130 tonnes and we've lost nearly half a lorry load in weight. So we're thinking about rigging up something to add water to it going into the grain store tomorrow to try and bring the moisture up, and we potentially might even start combining at 6-7 o'clock in the morning to see if there's any dampness brought any moisture down into the crop overnight to bring the moisture up. So the first day out this season with the 9T Ideal combine supplied by Crawford's, which is our third season with it now. It's gone well this afternoon. When we first started off this morning, we had a little sensor when we calibrated the header, which we still calibrated it last week and we didn't have a problem, but sod's law, first day of the season out and it's stopped working. So just had to nip into Newmarket, get another sensor, and we were away up and running again within 45 minutes, so not too bad. We're just here in Burwell cutting winter barley. King's Barn is the variety, 6-row hybrid. We've been growing that here now for the last 3 seasons. We've got on very well, but we're actually going to change for SY Equinox for next season, which is another Syngenta variety. So that's what we're going to grow next year instead of King's Barn. I don't want to say anything about yield at the moment because I'm not too sure. We've got lorry weigh cells on the trailer over there on the 942, and then obviously what the combine says. The weigh cells are reading more than the combine, but until we've been over the weigh bridge tomorrow and properly calibrated the weigh cells, we don't want to put our name to any yields yet. So once we do that in the morning, in the next video we'll give you an update on what it's yielded, and we'll probably have finished barley by the time we do the next video. But no, what's this combine done now? Nearly 1,000 hours. She's still under warranty. When we bought it, it came with I think it's 1,500 hour warranty or 5 years. And we're in our third season, so yeah, no, it's going well. We've got the power flow header on it, which is the belt, not a flex header, but it's a belt. So just behind the knife, it's the only part of the combine that Agco kept from the Massey Ferguson combine. So as you can see here, it's got the knife and then it's got the power flow belt, which feeds it into the central auger and then up into the combine. So this, as I said earlier, this is the only part that Agco kept when they redesigned the combine from a Massey to produce the Ideal. She's a twin rotor. It's got the longest rotors on the market, so I'm told, and the fastest unloading speed as well. And it's quite nice because you can adjust it from in the cab, the speed of unloading. So if you're coming to the end of the field and you want to get rid of your load quickly, you can speed it up and it will really fire it out. I can't remember how many litres a second it does, or a minute rather. All as I do know is of barley, it holds about 10 tonne in the bin when it's full. And in wheat, you're sort of more like 14 tonne. So when you're in wheat and you're in a good crop and you get 14 tonne in the hopper, and then you're unloading on the move as well, you can fill a 16, 17 tonne trailer in one tank load. Like, so we really like it. This season we're actually running a Class Lexion 760 as well, because we've got more to do, and another farm we took on last year, we've sort of bought that combine off of the farm there, so we'll be running them as a pair. So it'll be quite a good comparison to compare the Ideal to the Class, although the Class is a 760, which isn't the latest model of Class series combines. It'll still be interesting to see what it's like compared to the Ideal. So later on, as the summer progresses, I mean, crikeys, if it stays this hot and dry, we could be done harvest in July. So in the next couple of weeks, we'll give you an update when we're running them together. This is obviously a lot bigger combine than the 760. So the difference in output will be massive, but what we'll be looking at is grain sample, you know, and quality of job really. Also comparing tonnes per hour, but it's not really fair because they're not a like for like size machine. So yeah, but no, we get on. The one thing we do really like as well on it is the track system. It's got the biggest, puts the biggest footprint down out of any tracked machine combine in Europe and the world. So as you can see, it's on the big V-type tracks, and then they're also 900 wide. So it puts down a big footprint as well. We don't use the chopper on it, so we've never actually really chopped anything before. I think maybe a little bit of bean straw in the past when we've been combining beans, but everything we sort of combine, we row up and bale for the other company that I have, Genesis Biomass. So all our straw goes into that, along with other straw that we buy off other people. So no, but Crawfords have been great. There's a few jobs they've got to do, but because this barley sort of like caught us out, we had my sister's wedding at the weekend. We probably should have been combining on Saturday, but my sister and James got married on Saturday, which was a fantastic day. We all had fun, but we probably should have been cutting the barley when it was at 13, 14% instead of 9%. So that's the reason. It sounds mad that we've stopped, but literally I'm not going to go and cut 130 acres, bang it in the shed, sit there twiddling my thumbs with no combining to do for a week, when we can see if the crop does come up, the moisture does come up in the morning, if we get a dew overnight. So that's what we're going to wait and see, and we're going to try and rig up something off the spray bowser to see if we can add water to it as it's going into the bins, because we've got conveyors here and elevators and everything. We're going to see if we can add some moisture into it to bring the weight back up, because it's a considerable weight loss. And when you're working with barley's worth, what's barley worth today? About £135 a tonne, I think, off the combine, something like that. I did actually sell it quite well, because I sold this at 3 tonne an acre back in February at 170 quid. So the more weight we can add to it, hopefully the more profit we can have out the crop, if there is any profit, depending on yield. You'd probably say, looking at the spring that's gone on, that I was mad to sell 3 tonne an acre forward. They're pretty ballsy at the time, but to be fair, this crop has, I said it in a previous video, that it was sort of our crop of the year, really, when through the growing season. It just didn't look back, and it never looked like it was suffering from the drought. That's the beauty of these hybrid varieties. They do get their roots down and drilled in September. You know, they get right down into the chalk, and it's never really looked back. So yeah, we'll give you an update on yield and everything in the next few days, maybe next week when we finish the barley. Yeah, and we get the balers going and get them chomping later on in the week, get the baling done, and then this is actually going into stubble turnips next, which will then graze with Mr. Randall's sheep through the winter, and then it will get mucked or digestated and solid muck on it in the spring, and then it'll be plough pressed, ready for sugar beet. We're going to continue with sugar beet at the moment on light land. We'll be dropping it on heavy land, we think, because British Sugar can't tell us the price, but on light land it works, because we can sort of lift it any day of the year as long as it's not raining, and still get a decent wheat behind it if we get it out in December, before December like. So we will still keep growing it, just to spread the risk, so we're not putting all our eggs all in one basket with growing a massive acreage of oilseed rape. So that's the plan. So happy harvest, everyone. Hope you all have a safe one, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, I'm Jack. I've been working for Tom for about 2.5 years now, full time. I sort of do the lorry driving in the winter, get on a tanker, and then I drive a baler over harvest. I've been away for like 8 months, out in Australia and New Zealand, sort of living the dream, just doing the same sort of thing, combining and bit of baling, bit of chasing. And then we just got back. Me and my girlfriend, we were out there. Like, it was good, but it's nice to be back. 8 months later, we're back, and yeah, ready to rock and roll on our harvest. This is one of our new tractors, the 942. We got the Ridetech workbox on the front, and at the moment we've put it on the grain trailer just because we haven't got another tractor free at the moment. This tractor will go on one of the balers the end of the week, but at the moment, like I say, we just want to get this barley knocked out, and at the moment we've just put it on here. I get on one of the new 939s, and I have my Krone baler on the front. on the back, should I say? And yeah, so we look to be baling. I'd like to say Wednesday, but looking at the weather, it could rain. So it's we'll get on it when we get on it.
Hi, I'm Poppy. I've been with Tom about a month now, after we've just come back from Australia, myself and Jack. I've been on the 942 today, carting the barley. Sadly, we've stopped just because the moisture's too low. But yeah, we've had a productive day, had a bit of a issue this morning with the sensor, as Tom probably mentioned previously, but yeah, we got going, and yeah, hope to have an early start tomorrow, and hopefully the balers will get out later in the week, providing it doesn't rain. So yeah, we hope to have a good harvest here. Jack and I we was in Australia and New Zealand. We were both on a combine out there. Jack went on a chaser for a bit in New Zealand. I mainly stayed on a combine the whole season. Feels like the same temperature as Australia really, but it's a bit of a shock, isn't it?
Yeah, so Poppy has worked on farms since she sort of left school, which is a bit rare for women to get into agriculture, but Poppy loves it, don't you?
Yeah.
So and she's like one of us. People think when she says about working on a farm, they think she's like in the office, but no, she's flat out driving tractors as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I was working down near Fordham before I left for Australia. Just cereals out there, and yeah, now I come to Tom, so hopefully be here for a long time, and
Yeah.
yeah.